welcome to Manchester. I'm Will Johnson. Okay, so this is Spinningfields. This is Manchester's premier commercial centre. We started developing around the early 2000s, sandwiched by the Irwell and Deansgate to the top end. The developers, Allied London. There's approximately about 20 buildings on site, providing 4.5 million square feet of commercial space at a cost of about 1.5 billion. Under the 7-13 ERDF programme, we created what we call a financial instrument, which is effectively a vehicle that provides repayable investments to projects that promote urban development. And these two projects are ones that have benefited from investments. So XYZ building had a loan of £10 million. Effectively that loan provided the gap between the money that the bank was providing and the equity that was being provided by the developer. And similarly, one Spinningfields in the background that received a loan of £12 million against a cost of about £100 million. And again, the ERDF provided the gap between the developer equity and the commercial loan that they had received. So the principle of a financial instrument is that the fund managers, they make an investment into a project like this, they build the building, and then typically with a loan over a period of say 3 to 5 years, they'll repay that to the fund and they can then invest that into further initiatives. So different to your grant model, it provides more of a sustainable long-term fund that will be able to provide this type of activity for years to come. The ground floor, and then at the very top they've got a roof sort of garden, restaurant and bar. So very much the centrepiece in the Spinningfields project. Well, this here was, you can tell by its surroundings, similarly dull sort of 60s office development, but with returns from first round investments. This project here has again benefited from a loan from the fund. So the building will go up, the loan will be repaid, and then they'll go again. I think it's in the region of about £15 million. Again, commercial space, ground floor, leisure. Okay, so this is the football museum. The building itself was actually opened in 2002, which was called the ERDF. It was effectively built after the millennium, and it was meant to showcase everything you ever wanted to know about cities in general. But for whatever reason, it didn't work, and eventually, when visitor numbers were as low as about 200 a day, it closed in 2010. At the same time, the football museum was actually based in Preston at their stadium Deepdale, and there were plans there that it wasn't financially stable, so they were looking to move it. So that created an opportunity to move the football museum from Preston to this vacant building in Manchester. It opened in 2012. ERDF provided a £4 million grant to a build cost of about £10 million, and inside, as you can imagine, there's a lot of history about trophies, about stadiums, about kits, about teams, about players, about managers. It's obviously targeting a younger audience, so there's a lot of interactives and that kind of thing. At the top, There's also a restaurant, and on the ground floor you've got retail elements and a little shop. This is what is known as NOMA, North Manchester, NOMA. It's effectively a new business district in the north of Manchester, which is being delivered by the Co-op Group. The Co-op have been in Manchester for about 150 years. They employ 3,500 people, and a part of their long-term strategy was to redevelop this area, not for their occupation, but for other businesses in Manchester. So ERDF investment, again, has been on public realm and infrastructure, centrepiece being this square. So hopefully over the next sort of 10 to 15 years, a lot of these buildings will all be refurbished to provide new modern commercial space. That's the first commercial building that's been refurbished. It's the Hanover building. It's about £35 million refurb, provide about 100,000 square feet of offices.